Here we stand, at the heart of a storm, Harry and Meghan vowed to shield their children from. Yet it's those very children, Archie and Lilibet, now threatening to shatter their carefully crafted image. At the epicenter of this chaos is Tom Bower, a man who doesn't just make accusations. He launches them with surgical precision. The question gripping the public isn't about royal etiquette or palace intrigue anymore. It's raw, personal, and seismic. Who exactly are Archie and Lilibet? For any ordinary family, such a question would be unthinkable, offensive even. But for the Sussexes, whose every move is staged, polished, and marketed, it lands with a different weight. Bower's claim isn't some fleeting tabloid rumor. It's pointed, meticulously researched, and carries the weight of his decades-long pursuit of truth. He alleges that Archie and Lilibet may not be the biological children of Meghan and Harry at all, that surrogacy wasn't just a private decision, but a deeply guarded secret, and perhaps only part of a larger deception. Let that sink in. This isn't about parenting choices or personal boundaries. This is about legitimacy, lineage, the very foundation of the royal bloodline. If Bower's allegations hold even a sliver of truth, this isn't just a scandal, it's a demolition charge aimed at the monarchy's core. Harry, once the daring, beloved prince, is now the subject of ridicule and pity. Some paint him as a naive fool, swept along by Meghan's ambitions. Others see him as a knowing partner in a deception that defies centuries of royal tradition. Either way, he's unraveling. Insiders from Montecito describe a man pacing restlessly, snapping at aides, consumed by every article, post, or whisper online. The prince who once advocated for mental health is reportedly buckling under the pressure of his own story. Meghan, meanwhile, is ice cold. Where Harry's emotions spill over, she's strategizing, reportedly drafting legal threats to smother the story with silence and lawsuits. But the harder she clamps down, the more suspicion grows. Critics point to the oddly staged pregnancy photos, the murky timelines, the lack of standard birth announcements or medical records. Why no hospital pictures? Why such vague details? Why does everything feel so choreographed? Then there's the glaring distance from the royal family. Unlike William and Kate's children, who are regularly seen with Charles, Camilla, and other senior royals, Archie and Lilibet are conspicuously absent from such moments. Is it mere coincidence? Or is the palace intentionally keeping its distance? This isn't just gossip. It carries weighty implications. If the children were born via surrogacy, that's one matter. But if donor involvement clouds their biological ties, it's a royal catastrophe. It calls into question their place in the line of succession, a matter the palace cannot afford to leave ambiguous. Tom Bower isn't chasing headlines for profit. His track record of unearthing uncomfortable royal truths, many later proven true, lends him credibility. Now, he's ignited what could be the most explosive revelation yet, one that threatens not just Harry and Meghan's public image, but their very standing in royal history. Amid the uproar, the Sussexes remain silent. No statement, no rebuttal, no offer of proof, just deafening quiet. In a crisis like this, silence doesn't soothe, it screams. It fuels speculation, making people wonder, what are they hiding? If they had nothing to fear, wouldn't they have clarified by now? The call for DNA testing grows louder daily, morphing from whispers to a public outcry echoed across social platforms, newsrooms, and talk shows. Pundits debate it, hashtags surge, and the question burns. If Harry and Meghan have nothing to conceal, why not take the test? From a public relations standpoint, it's a disaster. They've built their brand as a modern, relatable family. 2 devoted parents, 2 perfect children, a serene Montecito haven. But that image is fracturing, and the cracks run deep, beyond what polished interviews or curated posts can repair. For Harry, this cuts deeper than any prior scandal. Fatherhood was his anchor, his redemption after stepping away from royal duties, severing family ties, and bearing all in public interviews. He's repeatedly said his children gave him purpose, grounded him. But now critics ask, what if those children aren't biologically his? It's a devastating blow, not just to his image but to his core identity. The prince who once embodied resilience now appears either a manipulated pawn or a complicit architect of a monumental cover-up. Neither paints him favorably. One renders him pitiable, the other dishonest. Insiders describe a tense Montecito household. Harry, they say, is fixated, scouring articles, dissecting timelines, and obsessing over Bauer's claims. His anxiety is palpable, his sleep fractured. The irony is stark. The mental health advocate now trapped in a cycle of dread. Meghan, conversely, plays it calculated. Reports suggest she's exploring legal avenues to quash the story, but each cease and desist only deepens public doubt. Why such aggressive tactics if there's nothing to hide? The palace's silence is equally telling. No word from Charles, no recent photos of Archie or Lilibet with senior royals, no public birthday acknowledgements. Compare that to the warm embrace of William and Kate's children, and the contrast is stark. Some speculate the royal family isn't punishing the Sussexes but protecting itself, distancing the monarchy from a scandal it long suspected might surface. If true, this isn't just tabloid fodder, it's a royal reckoning. The question of Archie and Lilibet's lineage is no longer a fringe theory. It's a crisis demanding answers. All eyes are on Harry and Meghan now. The pressure has escalated beyond curiosity to outright suspicion. Mainstream outlets, respected commentators, even loyal royal watchers are asking, will they take a DNA test? It's an absurd point to reach, yet here we are. They've had every chance to provide clarity, medical records, transparent timelines, but instead, they've chosen silence and legal threats. In the public's eyes, that silence reads as guilt. The damage may already be permanent. Harry, once a symbol of defiance, now seems adrift, his military friends reportedly pulling away. His identity as a father, the one role he clung to, now questioned. Meghan's legal maneuvers only highlight the disconnect between their preached authenticity and their actions. The royal family's silence speaks volumes too. No senior royal has publicly defended them. Some whisper of contingency plans, hushed talks about succession and the legalities of non-traditional births. Would Archie and Lilibet lose their titles, their place in line? The palace offers no answers, but its distance suggests doubt. The fairy tale of a bold prince and a trailblazing duchess forging a new path is crumbling under secrecy's weight. The longer they dodge the truth, the heavier that burden grows. Ultimately, it may hinge on one choice: a DNA test. One path could silence the skeptics, restore some trust. The other ensures a legacy of doubt, because questions of lineage don't fade, they define.